Hi, so my adventure in Aqaba has started. I've arrived at a local hotel that my friend Ali has organised. He's going to stay in a room with several of his friends, and I get to stay here. So what you will find when you come into a hotel in the Middle East is you'll be supplied with two things. You'll be supplied with soap, which is really handy, and you can guarantee it's only been used by you, which is really good. And at reception, they give you toilet paper. So let's hope I don't have any special outings because there's not much there. The other thing you'll notice actually that beds are very, very different. They don't do sheets and tucks like we do. It is all just duvet, and so that's pretty interesting. The other thing that you'll find is when you get into the bathrooms, you have the hose. Somewhere here I can find a hose. I still don't know how to use a hose, so I do the traditional paper and you put it into the rubbish bin because you don't flush. And the squeegee is to take the excess water off. So this is what Ali would call a clean hotel. I call it a hotel because I've stayed in some pretty shockers over the years. At least this one appears that the cistern's going to flush, because another one I had was in Oman last year. The cistern didn't flush. I actually had to take the top off the cistern and manually pull the lever so that the float would allow the toilet to flush. I did have a little peek outside to see what the view is. And don't bother. There's a little fairground over there. There's another building with some scaffolding and rubbish, because that's very traditional for what is around in Jordan. Rubbish is just everywhere. So this is my adventure starting in Aqaba. We've got an hour to rest and then we'll start for the afternoon. Hello and welcome to downtown Aqaba. We're walking down the Corniche, which basically just means a street by the water. Normally means by a cliff, but anyway, everywhere in the Middle East has a Corniche, and you can see that it has parklands. And this is where you'd get a boat if you wanted to go and have a barbecue sunset sail. So we're just going to walk down towards the castle, which should be about 1.4 kilometres. With our gippy legs, it's going to be probably longer than that. Anyway, we're just out for a nice walk in the afternoon. So we've just walked down part of this shops by the Corniche. There's restaurants, etc. So we're actually heading here to Aqaba Castle. So we'll walk down some stairs, going closer to the water, and see what happens with this one. So we've walked down towards the water and we've come to Aqaba Castle, which is also Mamluk Fort. So I'll go a little bit of a distance away just to give you a bit of a closer view. It has Islamic screed on it, just up there, very attractive. And I'll just wander over here in the sunlight, but I'm noticing that I'm actually getting a bit sunburnt because I'm out and about so much. So I'll just hedge for some shade here and see what happens. We've got quite a nice view of the castle there. So we've walked past Mamluk Fort, which is also known as Aqaba Castle, and we've just passed the house of the grandfather, the Sheriff Al Hussein Ben Ali, who was the leader during the. I told you I wouldn't get it.
Arabs.
The Arab Revolution. So we've walked past Mamluk Castle and the home of the grandfather of the great-grandfather of the current king, who was the leader during the revolution against the Ottomans back in 1918 to 1928. And we've come down on the Corniche where they are taking just joy rides out into the water, and you can look over the hotels over in Aqaba, just beautiful. But unfortunately, Ali's just seen where I come from, and he's a little disturbed that why have I come to the water here when I've got such water at home. But it's just such a different environment. So Alat is behind me, and Ali is just pointing out that in the haze over there is some mountains, and that belongs to Egypt. The other thing I'll do is I pan around. You'll actually see a big grain silo over there, and that's the port where I came in April when I did my first trip to Petra. So we docked at an active shipping container terminal, which I still think are the most beautiful and poetic structures ever, because knowing so much now about all the goods and services that come via sea come via these active ports. So it's just a poetry in motion to me. So it's just the most beautiful afternoon. So I'm going to do a bit of an edit. I got the date wrong. It's 1917, and this is the house of Sheriff Hussein bin Ali. One of the things that I keep noticing is these inflatables. So for children that do not have any ability to swim, these inflatables and even blow-up life vests I saw in the main street are available for purchase. It's just so sweet. So we're just walking past a shop, and it's a shisha shop, so where you can actually construct your own decorations, different bowls, different colours, different shape of the bowl, etc. And then you also have the choice of the hookah pipe section. So it's, over here is red and black, so you just get one that's colour coordinated for what you want.
By the way.
The orange mobile is disconnected.
Oh, he's another call.
So I've actually come into the shop, which I really wouldn't have done if Ali wasn't with me, just to have a closer look at everything. It's just beautiful. And then you've got the, I guess, the different stuff that you put in there. But I made comment earlier today about the smoking, and this is cigarettes on plain view. No grids and guards on here. It's a very different environment. I just lost a fight, and it wasn't a fight that I wanted to lose. Ali wanted another shirt, so he went and he purchased a new shirt, and instead of allowing me just to carry the old shirt back to the hotel, he wanted a plastic bag. So there's one more plastic bag out there in the Jordanian universe that we didn't need to have. I can't even educate the people I'm with. What am I going to do with an entire nation?
The balloon. Hello?
So I'm having mansaf for the evening and in a local store, and what I'm managing to do is having a full diagnostic of the actual meat itself. So there's a vertebrae, and there's a nice ligament. So I'm actually doing a anatomy lesson while I'm having my meal.